Today's topic is going to be a scam that popped up in the recent 2 years in the trading card community that I feel kind of went away for the most part, but I hope it just never comes back and comes into communities like Weiss Schwarz. And it's raffles, and they kind of try to make it cute and disguise it with a name of calling it waffles. And similar to how I pointed out that graded mystery boxes when it came to junk slabs could potentially be a problem and a scam when it comes to Weiss Schwarz in the future, I also wanted to point this out as well too when it came to raffles, and I potentially see it as a problem if we don't bring awareness to this. So same as how when I said, when it came to junk slabs and just garbage that people couldn't sell, like $5, $6 common cards that are graded, and they try to come up with these scams of mystery boxes and the chance that, oh, you'll get a PSA 10 rare card if you buy these, and most of the time you'll just end up getting junk, right? Because they graded all these cards for stonks, and since no one's buying them anymore, they had to find a way to get rid of them. And I made that video and I wanted to point it out because what they're doing is they're trying to add this gambling aspect to it where people feel like, oh man, if I spend $20, $30, there's a chance of me getting like a $500 card. And they're just like trying to play into these people's, these gambling tendencies on thinking that there's a chance to get some of these things, when most of the time these graded mystery boxes are rigged and you'll only get pretty much garbage. And since there's no kind of regulation or anyone overseeing them, right? There's no way you could tell, like, oh, I didn't say that there's never a chance of you getting this like $600-$700 card, and there's no way to prove it, right? So what waffle raffles are is that you'll see it in a lot of these like trading card communities, where what they'll do is they'll have one item that is considered desired or whatever it is, and they'll try to sell these cards where like maybe as like a bundle or whatever, right, in order to just get rid of it. And how they'll sell it is that rather than me saying, you know what, there's this piece of junk that no one will buy for a high price, so what I'm gonna do is, in order to sell it faster, I'm gonna sell slots and do a spin wheel on it. So what they're gonna do is saying, oh, you'll see a post similar to this where I have this rare item and then it's worth this amount, so I'm gonna sell slots for 10 slots. So if the item's $100, I'm gonna do 10 slots and it's $10 per slot, and you could buy as many slots as you want. And then what I'm gonna do later is I'm gonna spin the wheel, and then if it turns to land on your slot, you won the item at a discount price.
Stop it. Get some help.
The reason why I dislike this and I see that it's gonna become a problem and a sort of a scam is because what these people did is that they bought out all of these Japanese signed signature cards where they thought it was stonks and all these other cards that they can't sell for these high prices. So what they're gonna do is, since they're scumbags, they're gonna add a gambling aspect into this. So what's gonna happen, right? There's gonna be cards like the Bunny Girl Mai, which I saw one up for auction or for sale recently where someone placed it up for $2,500 and no one bought it, right? So what these people are gonna do is, because they can't sell these at stonk prices for one single person to buy it, they're gonna try to lure people in for the chance of getting it. So they're gonna sell however many slots, I don't know, like 10 slots, 25 slots at $25 each or whatever it is. And then as long as it adds up to the amount that they're trying to sell it for, so these people are like, oh man, if I buy $200 and I have like a 1 in 10, 1 in 20 chance of getting a card, this is a great steal. And then we'll double back to thinking about graded cards and how there's a lot of junk slabs that most people can't sell, right? So what they're gonna do is they're gonna tie these crappy slabs, that cards that no one wants, like SRs, triple Rs, or whatever garbage, right? And then they're gonna bundle it with other things and then start selling slots. So these people will be tempted. You'll be tempted to buy these slots and go, oh man, even if I don't win, I have a chance of winning and I only have to pay this little amount. And it's very unethical when you think about it, because it's pretty much gambling. So pretty much the problem with this, and I think the reason why these kind of went away, is because it's illegal. And it's pretty much, online gambling, right? And that's why a lot of these were shut down, and I don't really see them as much anymore. But I just want to bring awareness to this, because these are the type of scams people come up with when it comes to trying to sell junk that had no value to begin with. So once they can't start selling it because people realize no one wants it, they're going to try to find these ways and loopholes to try to get rid of them, and at low cost, so people buy in on it, like these mystery boxes and these raffles and chances of winning these things. So if these ever pop up, report them and don't let people buy into these things, because it's pretty much gambling, and it's technically not a scam, but it's a pretty scummy thing to do. And I know it seems a little bit excessive. I always seem to be like trying to get ahead of these things and call these people scammers and idiots and try to point them out, and it seems like kind of crazy. But I feel like I'm kind of doing a little bit of help, especially when it comes to, calling out like, the Marvel reprints and people trying to jack up those prices. I already kind of see the prices kind of going down on things like the Spider-Man card no longer being like $1,000. It's because people need to know these things, because at the end of the day, when it comes to people spending their money, every dollar counts. And I would hope that by spreading the word on things like, junk graded cards and not buying into hype and all these things, I'm able to help people save their money, not spend on it, spread the word to their friends. Things like, when it comes to addiction, gambling, and just overspending on these things that you probably just don't need and you shouldn't pay these high prices for. And it's pretty much very, very heavily manipulated. And I hope that by me spreading out these messages, that it helps a lot. Like, you guys might think I'm crazy, but when these people can't figure out how to get rid of a lot of these junk slabs and, graded cards that no one's buying because they're really high prices, they're going to start coming up with these scammy and scummy ways to get rid of them, because they don't want to hold on to it, because they probably overinvested in it themselves. And since they couldn't hype up people to buy these things, this is what's going to happen. I'd rather call these things out and prevent them from even happening in the first place and bring awareness to it than to wait till it happens before I say these things. So if you start seeing things like this where it's like 20 slots for $100 and things like that, where, okay, you're going to get a chance to buy this Roxy if you spend $200 and get 2 slots, then oh my god, it's a 2 out of 20 chance of getting it. And you see how it could become a problem, right? If these cards were worth less than $2,000, and let's say smaller cards like Japanese SPs or other slabs, for example, let's just say it's a $100 card or a $50 card, I'm selling 10 slots for $5. It seems like very, very little bit of money, and that's how they get people to gamble. And that's how people get stuck in gambling and, lose all their money and pretty much ruin their lives, because, these people, what they do is they make it so it's like, oh, it's a very little bit of money, so you're not going to feel like you lost anything. But over time, when a billion of these keep popping out because they're able to sell it for the full value because people are gambling on the chance of winning, it becomes a problem, and it's scary when you think about it. But yeah, I hope that by me bringing a lot of awareness and just information out there, that I stop a lot of these scammers. Because there's really nothing that pisses me off more than people who try to take advantage of people who can't afford things and try to pretty much rope them into these, gambling schemes. It's just really, really despicable. But thank you for watching. I hope you found this informative and it was helpful, and pretty much just avoiding if you ever see any of these things pop up in no matter what kind of collecting community you are in. Thank you. Have a great day.